You know, every so often, I actually come across a guitar that truly surprises me, and that's what I've got here today. I've got the Inspire from Enya Music. Let's dig into this. So this $600 carbon fiber one-piece guitar truly surprised me. And before we get into why, yes, this guitar was sent to me free of charge, although Enya is not paying me to make this video, nor do they get any say in what I do and don't say in this video. So this is a sponsored video, but all thoughts and opinions are my own, as usual. So when Enya Music reached out to me about demoing this guitar, I was a bit skeptical because I've seen plenty of people demoing this guitar. I've seen it all across social media, and I know firsthand as a musician and as somebody that does this, that you can make anything sound good. You can make any guitar sound good if you try hard enough. You can't make a trash guitar play well though. And you also can't make it inspire you. And no, that is not a pun on the name of the guitar, which is Inspire. But this guitar surprised me in both of those categories. Not only does it sound sick, but it actually plays extremely well. And I had no clue what to expect when it came down to this being one-piece carbon fiber like this. Even the nut is carbon fiber. It has a 0 fret, which is pretty cool, and so that compensates for the fact that the nut is there and you won't need to file down the nut because you have that 0 fret. But this guitar has a lot going on for it. You've got a built-in 10-watt speaker, which is kind of crazy, and that 10-watt speaker is run by Onboard DSP. This thing has amps, it has effects, and it has everything built in, which is crazy. We're gonna hear it today through my Neural DSP Quad Cortex, but I'm also going to go direct out of the guitar using its own built-in amps and effects, and so you're gonna hear that as well. And then I'll try and mic up the speaker as well so you can hear it. The speaker surprised me the most. I thought it would sound terrible. A 10-watt speaker built into a guitar, how good can it actually sound? Well, I'll tell you now, it actually sounds great, and it's more than good enough for practice and just jamming when you're traveling or when you just need to be quiet and you don't want to put on headphones, which you can also do because it does have a headphone jack on the bottom of the guitar as well. So on the bottom you've got a Type-C jack, and that's how you charge it and plug it in. Then you also have a 1/4-inch jack, and that's how you either just take the tone from just the pickups themselves and go into your audio interface or into your amplifier, or if you turn on the guitar, it'll then send its own DSP sounds out of itself into your audio interface for recording purposes, which is really cool, or into a PA system if you want to just go straight to front of house with this thing. And these outputs are actually a dual output system. So you can have onboard presets for the onboard speaker and for the line out, because you know, if you're going line out into a PA speaker or something of that sort, you're probably going to need to EQ that or have a different amount of gain for whatever reason for your tone that's going through that versus what you would have for the onboard speaker. Pretty cool that they thought that far ahead to put that in there. And again, all you have to do to use this as just a normal guitar is just not turn it on. Don't push that button to turn it on, and then this is just a normal guitar. All the onboard DSP is completely turned off, and you're just using the pickups direct out into your amp, your audio interface, whatever it might be that you're using. Also to note is this USB Type-C port on here allows you to plug directly into a computer for on-the-go recording. Like that's pretty crazy. This does function as an audio interface if you want it to. That's something I don't know of any guitars that are doing that. Something pretty cool for the price on this, man, I gotta say. And then lastly, you do have the headphone jack on it as well. And this is just, it's a rad guitar. Let's listen to it. So first up, let's go ahead and listen to a good old metal tone. We're on the bridge pickup. We are not coil split, which I guess that's worth pointing out too, is it does have a push-pull knob so you can coil split or change the series versus parallel of the single coils that are up here. Pretty cool stuff. Let's go ahead and listen. Dude, this thing rips. I don't know what pickups these are. I don't know who made them. I'm sure Enya makes these in-house. They sound so good. I'm truly surprised. Again, yes, they gave me this guitar. Yes, I don't have to send this guitar back. So I want to preface that. Take everything I say with a grain of salt, but this thing actually rips. I'm not doing anything special here. We have my Quad Cortex set up. This is a 6505 plus lead tone. You can download this exact same tone from my Cortex Cloud. It is free, just search Ryan is Heartless. I have it uploaded there already. I'm not doing anything special here. Literally no post-processing. I'm volume matching so that this is nice and loud in the video, and I'll do that when I edit this video. But this thing just sounds good. So as I mentioned, at the time of this filming, these run for about 600 bucks. When they're on sale, they're even less. That's kind of crazy for this guitar. So as far as the neck goes, the neck feels like a cross between a modern C and a modern D. Like you definitely have the modern D shape down here in the higher registers of the frets. Up at the top, it's a more comfortable, little bit more of a roundness. It's not baseball bat, it's not like Jazz Master style or anything like that. This is a very modern feeling neck, very fast feeling neck. Again, great thing about this matte finish with the carbon fiber composite material is that it's a very fast feeling neck. It's not sticky at all, at least not for me. And this modern neck shape is just, it's comfortable, man. It's really comfortable. You can do bar chords just as easily as you can do normal power chords and normal shreddy kind of stuff. There's not really anything slowing you down on this. The neck is really good. The neck is surprisingly good. I really was not expecting that. Let's go ahead and switch to a clean tone though, and see how this sounds on a clean channel. So we'll go to my Grunge Gaze preset, which I use a lot because of its clean tone. It's got a really cool Fender Supersonic, and it's very clean. So that's still the bridge pickup. Let's go ahead and go to the second position. Now middle position. Now the fourth position. And then the fifth, which is just the neck. Now we go back to the bridge and we pull up on the push-pull knob, and now we're coil splitting the bridge, and then it'll switch between series and parallel. Wow, series and parallel for the single coils. Second position. And middle. That's probably my favorite for a clean channel. All right, fourth position. And neck. Ooh, that sparkles. I lied, that's my favorite. So neck position on the pickup selector with the push-pull pulled up. That sounds pretty damn good. Let's go ahead and go back to my metal preset, and I need to let y'all hear all of those same positions on that as well. So let's go back to the bridge. Dude, I can't get over how good that sounds. All right, second position. Middle. And fourth position. And neck. Cool, let's go back to the bridge and we're gonna pull up on the push-pull. All right, second position. Dude, still ripping, middle. And fourth position. And neck. I've come to the conclusion that I do prefer single coil pickups in the neck. It just sounds good. Doesn't it? Am I wrong here? That sounds sick. Man. All right, now we need to go to just a blank preset. I want y'all to hear what this thing sounds like by itself, like its own built-in DSP. So I'm gonna send the guitar in, and I'm gonna take all of the amps and stuff off. So I have nothing going on right now. So if we hear the guitar, we do have its just DI signal. But if I press this button and hold it for a second, it's gonna turn on. We got a little purple light there. I hope that's coming across on camera here. And the purple light means we've got its own amp built in now. So if we crank it up. Okay, so that's got some delay on it you can hear, right? We've got delay, we've got distortion. That's all built into the guitar. That's literally nothing else happening on the Quad Cortex. Right now my QC is literally just acting as an audio interface for the onboard DSP. That's literally built into this. That sounds pretty damn good. Let's go ahead and switch to this green tone. So when I press the button, it's changing between the 4 different presets that are saved on the guitar. Now we've got a pretty great sparkling clean with a little bit of reverb. Let's go ahead and put that in the middle position and coil tap it. That sounds so good. All right, let's go to the neck position. That's the sound, dude. With that little bit of reverb on there. Basically Blink-182 Strat sounds there. That sounds so good. Again, I hope that it's coming across that I'm genuinely stoked on this because I have not experienced a guitar like this, and I'm a sucker for technology. I worked in tech for 15 years before being laid off from it. I like technology. This kind of stuff excites me. Yes, I'm also a traditionalist. I love all my other guitars that have nothing like this on them, but this is my new travel guitar, dude. Like, this is sick. The reason it's my new travel guitar, I'll get into in a second, but let's go ahead and change some more tones on here. So we're on the green preset. Let's go ahead and go to the blue preset. So we got some crunch with reverb. Got like just a nice little bit of dirt there. So when you put it on the neck or middle pickups, you're actually cleaning it up a little bit more. Also worth mentioning, the volume knob for the guitar itself still functions because right now what it's doing is sending what it's picking up from the pickups through the onboard DSP and then out of this 1/4 inch into my audio interface, which is the Quad Cortex. And it's got its own cab impulse responses built in as well. So this is all just being done by the guitar. Now y'all know I don't play blues, I don't play jazz or anything like that, but you can hear that glassiness starting to come through thanks to it being a single coil within that proximity of the neck. It sounds really good, dude. Let's go ahead and go to the next channel. So we got some more gain happening now. It's another good little crunch channel there. This has actually got just enough gain to chug though. It sounds good, dude. It's doing all this without being terribly noisy too, which is nice. Let's see. Yeah, we pull up on it and coil split that and it's still not noisy. All right, let's go to the next one. We're back to the purple. Yeah, that's crazy. That is all onboard DSP. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna unplug the guitar, and that's going to activate its own internal speakers. I hope that this comes across. I've got 2 cameras filming right now, so hopefully the microphones pick this up, but that's pretty loud. It's crazy the way it projects too, because it sounds like it's coming from in front of me and I have no clue how that's working. I don't know if it's projecting upwards or what that's doing. So I'm gonna crank it. Crazy. Like, I wish you all could sit in the room right now and hear that. Again, I hope these cameras are getting that point across. That is actually nuts, because it's loud enough that, you know, I can't comfortably have a conversation with somebody else while I'm playing it, which my wife is gonna hate. She's gonna literally hate this as soon as she hears it, because it's gonna be loud when I need it to be, but it doesn't have to be loud, because what you can do, full volume, right? I can take the other knob on the guitar, so this little black shiny knob, and I can pull it down, not the main knob, because that's gonna pull down your pickup's output, and so it's gonna clean up the tone, right? But if I turn down this knob, we're just quieter now. And now we're off. Crazy. Like, let's go to the clean channel. Like, literally somebody could do busking with this. Like, it's actually quite loud. It's about as loud as a decent sized acoustic guitar, but with distortion, with reverb, with delay. And it has so many of these different effects, which is so cool. You control it all from an app on your phone if you want to, or they were also kind enough to send me the foot switch for it. It's got a Bluetooth wireless foot switch, which allows you to switch between the clean bank, the overdrive bank, the distortion bank, and the high gain bank. Like, this is pretty dope. I think that these are sick, dude. It's just got a simple USB Type-C port on it to charge it, just like the guitar. The guitar itself has 10 hours of battery life, which is also kind of crazy. Man, the foot switches actually feel decent. Yeah, this is cool, man. This is pretty cool. I'm digging it. I don't know. I know I can't shut up about it, but I'm really digging this guitar. The fact that it sounds this good with just what's built in. Imagine all of you that were beginner guitarists at some point. At some point you got your first guitar, right? It was nothing like this. My first like 5 guitars were nothing like this. I can't believe that this is the age of guitar that we are all living through. I've said this in a few other videos before, we're living through such a cool time to be a guitar player because stuff like this exists. There's so many cool innovations happening in music and in guitar specifically because it's becoming so popular. It's just, I'm stoked on it. I know this sounds cheesy, that's just who I am. I like technology, like I said. This kind of stuff is super fun. This is, like I said, this guitar surprised me. One more thing I want to point out here. This is a trem system. As you probably heard me play with it earlier, what's cool though, is on the back of this guitar, you have this plate that's covering up the springs here. You can access them if you want to, but it's got a spoke wheel adjustment for the spring tension. Other guitar manufacturers, take note, that is sick. That is actually super useful because I don't need to bust out a screwdriver to change things on here. That's really, really cool. It does have a spoke wheel truss rod adjustment as well. Again, something I think should be on every single guitar out there. I hate the guitars that I have to take off the thing on the headstock to adjust. I do it, but it's just not convenient. With this, I can literally grab the tool that they supply with the guitar and adjust the truss rod on the fly, which I haven't had to. This thing shipped from across the world to me, and the neck is perfectly straight still. And again, I think this is something that's a benefit of carbon fiber, but the neck is perfectly straight still. The fretwork on this, I would compare to my GOC guitars, which I've told you all before. My GOC guitars have immaculate fretwork on them. This has just as good a fretwork. Not even a little bit of sharpness on here. In fact, if you don't pinch your hand around, you can't even feel the frets. So they did a really good job crowning those frets and filing off those ends. The frets feel great when you're bending. They're not scratchy. They're very, very well polished. I haven't had to do anything to this guitar. If I change tunings on it, sure, I'll probably have to do an intonation setup on it. But other than that, this thing is ridiculously playable out of the box. Yeah, I keep gushing about it. This guitar is sick. And I know I'm gonna get people in the comments saying, oh, he's a paid shill. I didn't get paid for this. I just got given a free guitar to demo it for all of you. But I wasn't paid for it. This guitar actually sounds good. It plays really, really well. It's super well balanced. It doesn't have neck dive or anything. You can see holding it right now, it even kind of goes that way, which is nice. So when you're playing standing up, which I don't do very often, you're gonna be good to go. The only maybe like ding I can give it is that it doesn't have locking tuners, but I don't remember the last time I bought a guitar for $600 that did. So kind of have to give it to him there, right? And I'll be honest with you, I haven't had any issues with tuning stability on this whatsoever. And if we're being honest, there isn't really an issue with tuning stability on guitars that don't have locking tuners. For me, locking tuners are just nice to do fast string changes, and it looks a little bit more tidy on the headstock because you don't have a ton of string wind up there. Other than that, as long as you wind your strings properly, you're not gonna have issues with tuning stability on a guitar that doesn't have locking tuners. But that's literally the only thing I can ding this on. It's got a beveled top, so it is nice and comfortable when you're playing and it's close to your body like this. It doesn't come to like a sharp point. These edges are rounded here, so your arm, when it's resting on it, is still super comfortable on the side of it. Neck access and fret access for the upper frets, which yeah, I know, I don't do a ton of leads up there, but very, very comfortable. You can reach pretty far up there, further up than I ever care to go anyways. Your thumb doesn't get caught over here. This neck heel, trying to show that off, but the neck heel, super, super comfortable. No clue what angle that is. It might be a 45-degree bevel for all I know. Anybody who actually knows can let me know down in the comments, but this thing does the thing, and it's a great guitar. I hope y'all decide to check these out. I have it linked down in the description below, and that is an affiliate link. And I hope y'all decide to check this guitar out. There's a ton of other reviews on it. Do a quick search on YouTube and you're probably gonna find a lot of other people saying very positive things about this guitar. I am definitely one of them, as you've heard here. No notes on this one besides the locking tuner thing. That's it. And even then, that's not a big thing. So, hope y'all decide to check this out. It's 100% worth it. But that being said, what else do you want to see from me on it? Are there any specific amps you might want to hear on the Quad Cortex? Do you want to hear any specific plugins with me playing this through it? Or do you want to hear more demos of the onboard effects, amps, and DSP on here? Because you're going to see more of this guitar from me. I say that a lot about things. This is one of them that's sticking around. One other thing I need to point out that I'm noticing right now is that I have severe eczema. I know everybody's like, where the hell is he going with this? I have severe eczema on my hands. I wear a lot of lotion to keep my hands from drying out and cracking. Somehow this matte black carbon fiber guitar does not show fingerprints like my other guitars do. Like, it's actually kind of crazy that it's not showing like the grease from it. So I don't know if it's because of the texture of it or what, but same thing with the back of the neck. Like, there's literally none of my greasy fingerprints that are all over some of my other guitars with matte finishes. So yeah, that's it for today on the Enya Inspire. Thank you, Enya Music, for sending this out to me. I'm supremely stoked on this, and I sounded like such a weird surfer stoner there. I love this guitar. It's sick. Check it out. I really hope you do. But until next time, peace and love, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Bye now.